I thought Joe would raise the roof, but...
So you're going back to work, huh?
Just until you get something good again.
Oh, I guess that's best. No need for Stevie to do without things because I can't provide them.
That's all he said. Somehow I'd have felt better if he'd objected, even insisted I didn't take the job. So I returned to work for the first time since we were married. The third evening after work, when I came home, the house was strangely quiet.
Joe! Joe! Stevie!
Stevie, honey, what's the matter?
Oh, Daddy.
What about Daddy?
He went away, took all his things.
Oh, no. No, Stevie. Honey, did he leave anything? A letter from Mommy? Oh, here it is on the table. Dearest Mary.
I know you'll think I'm a quitter and despise me for leaving this way, but it's going to be hard enough saying goodbye to Stevie. And I'm afraid you might change my mind, and we'd all be worse off. I can't stay. Can't marry because I can't be the things you want your husband and Stevie's father to be. I'll never do big things. In fact, I don't especially want to. I don't want to be anything more than just an ordinary guy. Bus driver, mechanic, something like that. That's the whole story. Goodbye, and good luck. And if by some strange chance I do get ahead, I'll try to make up for this. I promise. I'll love you always. Joe.
That's how Joe walked out of our lives, less than 10 months after he had entered. At first, I didn't see how I could bear it. But life must go on. Then, of course, there was Stevie. I've written all Joe's relatives, all his friends. They haven't heard from him either. Poor Stevie. He's tried to keep up a brave front, but many times at night I hear him crying himself to sleep. Sometimes, at first, I cried in bed, too. Then I started telling myself, at least this way, Stevie won't grow up under the influence of a father utterly lacking in ambition. And I got some satisfaction in knowing that when Jimmy Webster got a fur-lined aviator cap, my boy got a fur-lined aviator cap, too. That is, I did until last Saturday, when Jimmy came over to our house.
You make swell cookies, Mrs. Regan.
Thank you, Jimmy. You'll get some soon as they're finished.
When's Mr. Regan coming back?
I don't know. Jimmy, does Stevie talk about him much?
No. He don't talk about him at all. I wish he was my dad.
Jimmy!
I guess that's wrong, but Mr. Regan always played with us kids. Showed us how to throw a ball, the right way to hold a bat, things like that. My dad hardly even talks to me. I don't think he even likes me.
Oh, your daddy loves you. Well, why do you suppose he's always getting you all those nice presents and those swell clothes?
If he loves me, why doesn't he act like Mr. Regan?
Jimmy, you've got to love your own father. If he doesn't seem to pay enough attention to you, remember he's a very important man and he has to keep busy.
I wish Mr. Regan was home. He's like the only dad I ever had.
It was then I finally realized the terrible thing I had done to my Stevie and to Joe. And I'd had the nerve to nag him for not giving Stevie the things a father should. I'd even held up Jimmy's father as an example. Poor Joe. He must be feeling lonely, too. I suppose he was a department store Santa Claus again this year. Somewhere. Wonder what he's doing tonight. Christmas Eve. I could almost scream the way Stevie keeps looking out the window. Stevie, don't you think it's time you went to bed?
Just a little longer, Mommy. Maybe Santa Claus will still come.
What can I say? Oh, Joe, if I could only reach you now to tell you I've learned my lesson. I don't care if we're ever rich, what kind of work you do. What counts is you're good for me and Stevie. What counts is you're you and Joe. Joe, it's Christmas.
Do you think Santa will come, Mom?
I hope so, Stevie. I hope so. But if he were going to, he'd be here by now. It would be like Joe to come back tonight for Stevie. Maybe if he comes back for Stevie, I can get him to stay for me. Oh, Joe.
Mommy, what's the matter?
Nothing, honey. Nothing at all. Okay, it's off to bed with you.
Are you crying because Santa Claus didn't come?
Never mind. It's time. I'll get it.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
Darling, I knew you'd come. I knew it.
It's Santa Claus! Santa Claus!
Mary. Oh, watch it, my beard.
Santa Claus's whiskers are coming off. It's Daddy! Daddy! Daddy!
Hello, son.
Mommy, Daddy Santa Claus!
Yes, dear. Daddy Santa Claus. You're back to stay, aren't you, Joe?
Yes, I'm back. And, Mary, I'm sorry I left the way I did. I was a coward. From now on, I'll try to be the kind of a guy you want.
No, dear. From now on, just be yourself. That's the kind of guy I want.
Oh, Mary. Oh, enough of this mush stuff. I gotta go about my business. Stevie been a good boy?
Perfect. Just like his daddy.
Well, that's too bad. Well, let's see what we got here.
Ooh, a racer!
With big rubber tires.
Thank you, Santa. Daddy.
What is it, fella?
I know where you've been.
You do?
You've been up at the North Pole making toys.
You know, I couldn't have thought of a better explanation.
That's the only one I ever want to hear.
This is Shirley Temple again. You know, poets often have the gift of expressing our feelings far better than we can ourselves. Here is a poem I think you'll like. It's called The Flight of Prayer. Who knows what wonders happen when we pray, what forces stir, what golden blessings run toward us on glad feet each time we say, in all sincerity, Thy will be done. We cannot follow with our mortal sight the flight of prayer. We cannot hope to chart its secret course. But suddenly a light dawns and the weight is lifted from our heart. For prayer has powers that we know not of to heal and comfort, to provide and bless. All the resources of eternal love move to sustain us in the hour of stress, clothing us safely round with life and power in even the darkest and most urgent hour. Thank you for being with us, and God bless you.
Our thanks to Pat O'Brien, Linda Johnson, and Bobby Driscoll for their fine performances, and to Jack Lyman for writing our play. Max Terr scored and conducted the music. This transcribed production of Family Theater Incorporated was directed by David Young. Next week, our Family Theater star will be Margaret O'Brien in Blessed Are They. Your host will be Dick Hames. This series of the Family Theater broadcasts is made possible by the thousands of you who felt the need for this kind of program and by the Mutual Broadcasting System, which has responded to this need. Be with us next week at this same time when Margaret O'Brien and Dick Hames will star on Family Theater. Tony Lafrano speaking. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.